Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Psycho. This is going to be the second time I'm actually going to be recording this video because I had, basically I had put it up on my computer and my voice seems to be fading in and out in terms of quality. I don't know what causes this. Maybe it's because the phone's retarded. I mean, I'm using my phone right now to record this video, which probably isn't a great idea because obviously it's a phone, not a dedicated video recorder. Yeah, you get what I mean. Anyways, but I'm making this video just to show you guys my new completed rig right here that you guys can see at my feet. It's kind of dark, I apologize, but this is basically the only place I can put it because up here I've got my old laptop, as you guys can see, folded down over there, and my new monitor, or my old monitor that's serving as my second monitor right now. As you guys see, some of the stream is up because I'm busy modding it. Oh boy, some people need banning. Oh, no, never mind. Anyways, so here we go. So, last time in the state of the channel video that I put up earlier, I wasn't able to, or I didn't put up the spec list because at the time that I made that video, I hadn't been expecting to complete my computer so fast. I had honestly been planning on, I kind of had it planned out so that the computer would be finished over the weekend, not necessarily before the weekend. So the fact that things kind of sped up faster than I expected kind of threw me off a little bit. So, I mean, I could go back and put it there, but because I'm making this video, it kind of makes going back there and putting all the PC specs there kind of irrelevant. But, you know, I'm kind of stuck between between a rock and a hard place. Is that how the saying goes? Anyways, so that's that. So I will definitely be putting the specs, or yeah, the specs of the computer in the description below. And in fact, I will actually go ahead and make a PC what is it called again? The PC part picker list thingamajiggies. If you guys have ever built your own PCs by going to that website where it actually allows you to make a list of your own PC components, then that's what I'm basically talking about. So I'll make a link and I'll put the permalink in the description so you guys can just click on that and just bam, it'll be all there, right? You know, ready for you guys to see, so you guys can see the full price and everything at whatever time that you guys click on it. So there we go. So first things first, building this thing was actually a huge pain in the fucking ass because I may have mentioned this before, I'm not very good at building computers. In fact, the last time I ever touched the internals of a computer was way back when I was in 5th grade or something, like the summer of 5th grade, where my summer school was basically us building a computer, which they had basically already half built for us anyway, so it wasn't really like a true computer building experience, but you know, it kind of helped. I was able to recognize a couple things, but as for the actual handyman shit, you know, I wasn't really much help, so I had to bring in my friend Protagonist, who's way more knowledgeable than I am in computer building, and eventually we had to he brought in another friend who's even more knowledgeable in computer building than he was, because he had built his computer more recently, so that ended up happening. So it ended up being a 3-man you know, job, cooperation, collaboration, whatever you want to call it. So eventually, finally, we did get it all built yesterday night. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, because this is a mini tower case, let me warn you guys, unless you are planning to travel a lot with your computer, please, for the love of God, save yourselves some time, and, well, a lot of time, and a lot of hassle, and not buy a mini tower. These things are so damn compact that it's very hard. If you screw up once, like if you screw in a couple of screws, or if you plug in things a different, like the wrong way, and you weren't supposed to do that, and you don't realize until later, that means you're basically gonna have to uninstall everything, like take everything out just to fix that one problem, because fucking you don't have enough space. I mean, it's highly efficient if you do it right, as in the space inside the computer. It looks very neat if you do it right, hopefully, which we did, but the thing is that when you install everything, that's just a real big pain in the butt. So just be careful of that if you guys are planning to get mini towers. I only got a mini tower because I plan to take this with me to Japan next semester, because I'm going to be studying abroad. So that's that. So that's why I bought a mini tower case, and that's why I went through hell and back trying to build this fucking thing. And best of all, I found out that I still have an issue with the computer where my 2TB hard drive apparently isn't plugged in right, or there's something wrong with it, so that my computer isn't registering. Like if you go to my computer, right, and it shows you all your registered hard drives that it can detect, only my SSD, which is what my OS is located on right now, shows up, and not my 2TB hard drive. And it's very weird because when I was installing the OS, the 2TB hard drive did show up as an available hard drive, which is really strange. I don't know why. So I have to open back up and see what's going on inside. And hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully it's just, a matter of plugging the SATA cable in a different place on the motherboard. Hopefully without, having to uninstall everything again. Cross my fingers that that's not the case. But anyways, so yeah, enough the installations. Let's go move on to the actual the components of the computer, because I'm sure you guys want to know about that. First of all, though, this is what my setup looks like right now. As you guys can see, that I've got my second monitor, I got my speakers, my Logitech mouse, my Razer not Death Adder, that's a mouse. My Razer Black Widow Ultimate, which I got for half off on Black Friday. Thank God. I should probably add that to my part list over there. And my Razer Black Sharks, all 2 Razer products and blah blah blah, and my new Asus monitor and Animu. Anyways, so yeah, you guys can actually, if I zoom in close enough, you guys can actually see for yourselves what the parts are. So I'm just gonna run down the list of all the parts right there. All right, I'll just keep it right here so you guys can read along. So the CPU is the Intel Core i5, 4670K. Blah 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 blah. CPU cooler is a Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo 82.9. I have no idea what that means, but I hear it's a good cooling system. Funny thing is that when we were installing the Cooler Master fan, we initially, Protagonist being my friend who initially helped me out with the first stages of the computer building, we didn't know that it was actually supposed to go right on top of the CPU chip on the motherboard. So we were just looking at it for a couple of hours to like, where does this go? And all of a sudden we look at the manual and we realize it's supposed to be on the motherboard. It was like, the fuck? So that was fun. And moving on, the motherboard, Asus H87, blah blah blah. You guys can read the rest of that. I'll leave it in the description below if you guys don't want to read that. The memory, G.SKILL Aries Series 8 gigs. I've been told that 16 gigs is not really, if you're only doing gaming, most, even hardcore gamers don't really need 16 gigs unless you're planning to run shit like DayZ on ultra high. And even that, I'm pretty sure 16 gigs isn't enough for you because of how shitty that game is built. But anyways, enough of dissing games. So yeah, 8 gigs, HDD, 2TB hard drive. Like I said, there's a problem with it right now that it's not being picked up, but I'll get to that later, hopefully. And also, just to get this over with, that problem with the 2TB hard drive not being registered detected on my computer is one of the reasons why I probably will not be uploading over the weekend, other than this video, because it's kind of a pain to be recording videos onto my SSD because there's just not enough space. And so, yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Hopefully I can fix that in due time. The SSD, I've got the Samsung 840 EVO 250 gigs. I initially wanted to get a 500 gig SSD, but my older brother, who's basically tech genius of building computers because he builds computers in his free time, or as a hobby, for God's sake. I mean, if you have an engineer as a brother, that kind of ends up happening, right? But yeah, he told me 500 gig SSD isn't necessary. Just go with the 250 gig. Graphics card, EVGA, GeForce GTX 760s. My old ones were the 560s for my old laptop, so I upgraded it by 2 generations to 760s, and they work really, really well. I've played Advanced Warfare. I basically played all the games that I've normally played, and they all run basically smoothly with the i5 and the 760 card combo. So nothing, no complaints there in terms of performance. Power supply, the Corsair 650s, OS 107. Monitor, as you guys can see here, the model number is Asus VS239HP, something like that, and it's 23 inches. And the optical drive is just a standard $20 Samsung optical drive. One other thing, is that the optical drive was a real pain in the ass to install, because it turns out that the BitFenix Phenom case... Oh, did I go over the BitFenix Phenom case? Oh, the case isn't there. Oh, no, I just skipped over. Yeah, the case is there. I just didn't mention it. So I did get, as you guys can see right there, the case, BitFenix Phenom M Nvidia Edition Black MicroATX Mini Tower case. The thing about this, let me guys tell you, is that the optical drive, this is the front, right? So you have to literally take off the front cover in order to access the optical drive. And that's really awkward. So I don't know who designed this, but it'd be really nice if next time, if you guys did come out with another edition of the BitFenix Phenom case, that, you know, the optical drive could be in a little bit more of a suitable place. That'd be really great. Because having to take off the front cover just to put in a CD is, you know, a real hassle if I have to do that every single time. Now, granted, you know, I don't plan on using CDs all too often anyway, and it's not really a big deal, but, you know, just for future reference. So yeah, that was interesting building that. But yeah, other than that, those are all the parts. I mean, I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah. So yeah, this is my new setup here. My phone is recharging on my new computer, so I can't really drag it out too much. So there's my new computer, monitor, second monitor, main monitor with more anime, and keyboard, mouse. Pretty happy. It's a pretty good computer, and it cost me around, I want to say, 1K, 1.1K, something like that. I did buy most of the parts during Black Friday week or Thanksgiving week, with Black Friday on it, obviously. So yeah, that's probably why it's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, I will be making that PC part picker list right now, and I'll basically put it in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. And hopefully the sound quality hasn't been fluctuating on this video, because I'm going to be really, really sad if it did that more than once. Oh boy, incoming troll flames or flaming comments.